in my my city of Atlanta is just right ahead of me right about now. Uh, I am grateful for this present moment. This present moment is all I have. I am truly, truly grateful for all the things that I get to see, uh, the ability to move. It is a beautiful day this morning, and I am just embracing this weather right about here, uh, being connected with it, and just moving at a very slow pace. Yes, I'm moving at a slow pace, just rolling my shoulders forward. This is all about movement for me. Putting one foot in front of the other. Yes, this is all. This is all I'm doing. Put it one foot in front of the other. So I am truly, truly, truly grateful for this. I'm gonna do something this morning. I'm gonna bring one of my friends in. See if we can actually get this morning. So I'm just sort of just out here, just gratitude. I love wearing this t-shirt right about here. Let me see. A lot of things are just popping up in front of me right now. So I love wearing this t-shirt. This is to the Healthy Brotherhood. I got to run with my brothers yesterday evening. This thing called running. It's just not running. It's just moving the body. Movement into enlightenment. This is what I'm actually seeing in front of me right now. It is a beautiful morning today. I am grateful for a sense of touch for waking me up this morning. Thank you. I am grateful for having a roof over my head. Yes. Having safety. All my brothers did get home well yesterday. I cannot even comprehend. The abundance that I have actually have of me, I cannot comprehend it. And when I come over here and I'm doing these things, I sort of just like to enjoy watching nature. I enjoy all the things that I... So I really slow down as possible as I can. All my feet are all on the ground, just rolling with gravity itself. And the meditative part is when I get to come into this seclusion area where I get to just roll my shoulders and be in my own thoughts. There's the sitting meditation. I've actually been up since about 2 o'clock. That's the time that I get up every day. I have my yoga practice, meditation, reading meditation. The brain, the human body is so unique once you're trying to get used to it, to get the understanding of it, shall I say. So everything that I see in front of me, I tend to just point the camera to it. That's the energy that I'm gravitating towards. So right about here, I'm probably just gonna walk it. And that's the where the walking comes into play. So when I come to places like these, I tend to just go with my emotions. This is where I get to sit with every single one of my emotions, my thought process, anything that I'm going through, eliminating thoughts that I know is inappropriate for my psychic. So I do that a lot. So like literally, it is a moment of joy for me, a moment of joy that I cannot even comprehend. I was running with one of my brothers yesterday. I love having intellectual conversations when I'm moving like this. This is the part right here where I put my brain into work. It's almost like studying mathematics. Yesterday I was saying to myself, I was like, man, I definitely was an Oxford student, but when I was in England, I just could not focus. I think every one of us is born with a gift in this brain of ours, shall I say, but the lack of focus, many of us were not taught, I myself was included, because it doesn't matter what you're good at, if you know how to do, like for example, football. When I say football, I mean soccer. Man, I can play. But if you don't have a focus to be disciplined, it doesn't matter how good you are. And not only do you have to have a focus, there's also a characteristic behavior that goes along with it. And that characteristic behavior a lot of us, we tend to forget all about it because of the introduction that we have to our cultures and societies, people around us. But once you fall in love with yourself, the moment you begin to fall in love with yourself, you are you easily love other people. So every time I'm on this YouTube platform, I always make sure I am taking short steps. I need one of them gold cameras where I can just put it on top of me and I can just switch it around. So I got a design one, but so I tell you what. Another thing that actually came into my head as I was speaking right now, I was speaking to one of my African brothers the other day, and each time we look at a plane flying, I'm like, wow. For most, and I'm not saying all, for most African kids when they were growing up, the time that we were supposed to study science and mathematics, what we were taught was totally different. We were bombarded with religion and chasing women. And I think those things are done for a reason, because at the age of 18, when most of my counterpart was studying science and all those things to be creative, many of my fellow beings, we were bombarded with religion. We were bombarded, and I'm not saying religion isn't good for you. I'm just saying at that age, from 14, 15, our brain development, we need to be taught science. We need to be taught creativity. And for many, many of us, because we were not taught creativity, we were not taught science, that's why when we get older and we have to start learning these things the hard way, that's if we could even have the mindset to get to it. Because we are caught up in this thing called age and careers. Many of us have been taught that ages, we go by age is a number, and every day we fear of dying, so we do not have time to sit back and want to learn. We are so afraid. So the thing, we truly believe if you cannot learn something at the age of 18 because you're 40 or 50, you cannot learn it anymore. And those are the mindset that is very, very unique and is very important to get out of. And that's why sometimes when I look at all these guys, the mathematicians, because I studied them all, I'm looking at them. They are not all genius, because people always talk about Einstein and all this. No, their only advantage is just a tiny little bit. They started studying early when I was too busy seeking religion and wanting a woman to love me. How you doing? Most of us, our lifestyle, I like this part right here. Now I'm just fully gonna walk it because it's like a narrow area. So most of us, our lifestyles are just pretty much based on, at the age of 15 and 16, it's all about religion, and nobody likes to hear this. It's religion and relationships. That's what many of us studied at the age of 15 and 16. Religion or relationships. I love what I'm saying right about here. And that's why it is very important to begin studying science, math. It's just so important. I never thought the day would come when I said to myself, I want to study math, I want to study science. Everyone that I knew that did went that route, I see where they are at the present moment, but I don't know where they are mentally. So for me, what this thing made me do, it taught me how to gravitate. I like to walk this spot right here because I'm just so careful. It's just, don't like that drama. What I gravitate towards earlier was my books, but I just could not focus. By the time I was 16, all those things disappeared. I didn't want to read. I just want to be wild like everyone else. In my late 20s, I began reading again. And at that time, I realized I did not really learn anything in college, but just to get by. So to bring reading in the middle of my career was very difficult. I had to begin to learn about myself, my brown culture. That is one of the things that even got me into running even more. Me wanting to understand who I am as a being. But I'm not going to dwell on that because it's such a long, beautiful story. I love sightseeing. This narrow roads over here in Georgia, I tend to just take my time. Yeah, I think I'm going to run a little bit over here. But other than that, man, I just love what I see every day. I'm in my own thoughts right about now. Gratitude. I am grateful for a sense to touch. I was telling one of my brothers yesterday that my brain is going to wanting to study chemistry. You can reprogram your brain, no matter what trauma you've been through. The only thing about reprogramming your brain and your mindset is, it is not an easy task. It's not something that you will get done in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. No, you really have to work hard at it, diligently, by yourself. Let me walk this part right here. By yourself, you really have to work at it. It is just one of those things that is just so powerful. Most people that are trying to preach spirituality, yeah, even though they say they got a degree, but that sense of mind discipline, many of the preachers do not have it. Many of the so-called preachers just do not have that type of understanding of mind discipline. It is just the lifestyle that they lead, because we have food, and you can't deny that they are trying. But as far as the discipline that goes into the mind, many of these churches that we go through on the Sundays, the preachers just do not have it. He speaks like he has it, but no, he does not have it. And one of those disciplines requires you to move your body. I don't give a biscuit what anyone says. You have to move your body and control certain things that you put in your system to be able to understand some of the things in the scripture that thinks about mind discipline. Atlanta, Georgia. Sorry. I got a truck coming and it's wanting me. Thank you. I love that, man. Man, I tell you what. The things that I get to see on these beautiful runs. I wish this world is fair. Development. I wish it's fair. I look forward to the day, one day, where they can have this type of things in Africa. It is just not fair sometimes when I look at it, this type of development. I look forward to the day where everything will be equal all over the world, where there will be no more hunger. Money will be distributed equally. It is just amazing. Those type of things just really shake my religious belief system. How this thing called material wealth is spread. It's just absolutely amazing. But yes, these are the things that I get to do on this run. Like today's run is just one of those really powerful thoughts. Thank you, sir. Big up respect. Today's meditative jog is just one of those where it's just all about that joy. I tell you what, these things right here gives clarity. Mental health is what lead me to this thing right here. Me wanting to understand who I am as a human being. Me wanting to deal with the things in my mind. The thought that comes into my mind, not wanting to be scared of it. I always say one of these days my voice is going to be heard. I really admire how society make our material things speak more. The power that lays in our material things is actually heavy. It's a lot more than what lays into our intellectual thoughts. Yes, I say that Yeah, don't let me chase you now. But I am just taking it easy on this beautiful road ride. Don't let me chase you. So this is this morning. But yes, healthy brotherhood. I finished speaking about what comes into my mind, because every day when I'm on my feet like this, I truly just go by the brain, the connection of it. I gotta start my math studying, physics. So all these things means I have to create my own syllabus. Yeah. So I decided for the rest of my life, I'm gonna be a student. I'm just gonna study, read, and self-education. First, you have to acquire the discipline, because it takes a lot of discipline to want to get up every day and read and study, just do your own research. That takes a lot of discipline. So that's where college comes into play. But when you understand self-education, you don't really need colleges, especially once you reach a certain age and you have a career and you have a family and all those things. Implementing self-realization and studying into your family life is very unique. As you can see, let me move out of this causeway. I love this Dodge right here. Thank you, thank you. Man, I was driving one of those around a couple of years ago. It is so amazing how 1 minute you have it, boom, it's gone. You gotta love it. So this area right here, because of the design of the road, I tend to just take my time when I'm doing it. I'm never in a rush to come over here. I love looking at all these things right here. You want to get rid of mental illness. You don't have to run. Just go out there and just move your feet in these woods. Begin to look. This is probably one of the longest videos I've done on YouTube. Yes, this is the longest. Just come out here like this and just move your feet. Let your thoughts go with you. Don't think about what you're saying, just speak. And look into this energy right here. This tree carries a lot of energy, because as you can see, I've gone through different emotions. I've spoken about different things, how I felt. Those are just emotions I'm going through. But yes, right about now, these trees, there's just something inside of them that is so unique. And as you can see, I am just rolling my shoulders too. Probably a couple of more. Don't know how many miles I've got in so far. So today I'll probably get in a quick 16 or 15 mile in. Man, I am thinking of participating in a 100-miler soon. And I'm trying to fathom the training. And that hard training, that running 50 miles on Saturdays and Sundays, I just cannot comprehend it in my brain. Yeah. So far, all I heard is, hey, you for real, mother biscuit, 50 miles on a Saturday and 50. Yes, there are times I will run 4 marathons on the weekend. Sometimes 52 on the Saturday, 52 Sunday. Yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, that's it. So I'm just trying to figure out, trying to manifest that into my brain. That, okay, how do I do this 50 miles on a Saturday and Sunday? I gotta bring it back. And that's the thing about these ultras right there. They are very unique. I never want to go and run 100 miles without proper education, I call it. And that is proper hours on my feet, proper mileage. I love what I'm seeing here, this energy right here. I've never been on YouTube Live for this long before, but today I am just going with my emotions. Everything is clear. I can call myself a native now. It's really funny. I've got an accent, and I'm calling myself a Southern man from Atlanta, Georgia, from Georgia. So that it probably doesn't sound right to some ears, but the truth is, being the fact that I've moved everywhere all my life. Did I say all my life? Every time you move every 10 years and you stay in the country, you have to learn that culture. And pretty much every 10 years, when you stay in the culture, your brain becomes adapted to that culture. So when you've been moving just every 10 years, it is amazing how you see the world differently. You realize nobody's really from anywhere, because every 10 years, let me slow down. I see a car coming. I'm going to have to cross to the other side for this one. Every 10 years, when you move from one culture, how you doing, to the next, you are changing. You have to start learning about that culture, how to be part of that culture. So in reality, when somebody's been in a country in 10 years and is talking about, I'm from this, yeah, your root or your root is from there, but as far as the culture, the mentality, after 10 years, you adopt that culture and that culture becomes your own. And many don't realize that, but yes, when you've lived in a couple of countries, it's just like that. Yes. I'm still out here. My thoughts are just getting deeper and deeper into that meditation, that moving. Me just rolling my shoulders, just letting gravity pull me. Looking at these trees over here, how soothing it is to the soul. Comprehending of his existence and mine. How moving my feet, it's just, let me see myself moving those feet. As you can see, I'm moving those feet. I'm showing it too. Well, yes, this is my longest video today. I am just saying what goes into it. The thing about this thing is the emotions that you go through when you're on your feet. Different emotions, different thoughts. Comes to mind right about now. I'm losing my sense of touch, but I just want to be in that peace stage, that stage of the moment, that stage of me, that stage of peace. So like I said, this is my longest ever recording on this thing today. I am grateful for all the emotions that I've been through, things that come into my head. I always pick a route. So those routes usually consist of a route that I can walk, jog, and run at the same time. So I get to do all the things. I get all the exercises in. Well, I won't call it exercise. I get to go through those emotions. The uniqueness of nature in Georgia. Now that I gotta give it. All the trees are green. A couple of weeks ago, I could not see through all these things right about here. I get to let me maneuver and stop and go. And I think the stop and go in this thing is where the stamina comes into play. Stopping and going builds that stamina. And that is from years of hard work and starting again. It's just, I tell you what, very, very unique. So I think I'm gonna end this today when I get to the end of the road. But apart from that, I am grateful. Gratitude. Thank you for this present moment. You have the power to reprogram your mind. Begin to look at wealth differently. Wealth is not all about material things all the times, but one has to have that same wealth in your mind and in your brain. Yes, wealth is very unique. So that being said, I am going to say to the Healthy Brotherhood, this t-shirt right here, I'm wearing it as I just roll my shoulders. Over here, I'm going to cut through. Let me slow down. I'm going to cut through here. This route right here, it's almost like a hard one because I have to cut through everything. So I'm going to cut through here. I get to see things. So I just kind of, the ones that I cut through, certain parts, I just get to walk and just see. Don't even know what I'm thinking here, but I'm daydreaming that I bought this thing right here and I turn it to something good. I don't know what, but that's the kind of mindset that I have right now. Like, I just bought this whole building and yada, 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 yada. And I just turned into this beautiful place that is very useful to the community. I'm looking at the sun right about now. Sun is out. Yes, I'm lifting my feet again. Lifting my feet again, lifting my feet again, lifting my feet again. Beautiful, beautiful morning, but yes, lifting my feet again. Just being me is what I'm doing. I'm just being me this morning. I'm gonna take those short steps right over here. Yep, just taking those short steps. Grasses are over here. So yes, I am grateful for this present moment. Let me go ahead and shut this thing off and finish up this run for self-realization. One love, one love.